have a very interesting thing to discuss about JJK. So if you're not caught up in the series, you should not watch this because this will contain very big spoilers, very huge manga spoilers. But if you are, then you're more than welcome to get in on this discussion. But okay, so the thing you see in front of you is Gojo art by Gege for volume 26. And if you know what happens in volume, I think the last volume, Gojo gets split by Sukuna. That sounds crazy. Gojo gets world slashed by Sukuna and dies. But we didn't see his perspective on what happened. We just saw the chapter ended with Kasagabe being like, oh, Gojo won. And then the next chapter, we open up at the airport with Gojo talking to Gato. And then we find out that he got hit by world slash. So us seeing this image is important because I don't have the thing here, but there was something kind of wish I would have pulled this up. But there was something about volume 25 to where it showed what? It shows Suguna in his true form for that, and what happened in that volume. Suguna went back to his Haitian era of himself. So, and the thing is, you see. Hold on, can I just open this at Twitter without having to log in? Okay, so you see how like his eyes like kind of messed up. Like you kind of see how it has like a focus on his eye and stuff. And there's something else too. People were saying that the shirt looks different because when Gojo died, he was wearing Toji's fit, which is incredibly funny. That you killed someone, you killed someone, that you decided to fight Sukuna in the same fit that someone you killed was wearing. Very funny. Gege is a very funny manga artist. So people were saying that the shirt is different, which I mean it does look different, but it could just be. Oh no, this is the initial page, so this could be a draft maybe. But people were saying this can be Gojo waking up with Shoko, like her fixing him up somehow, and him returning, which I don't know how I would feel if Gojo does come back. Like, if Gojo does come back, there has to be some type of consequence. It can't just be, oh yeah, I got split in half and I'm back to normal. Like, there has to be some type of consequence for that to happen, in my eyes. Because it reminds me of the whole Naruto Guy situation, to where in Naruto Shippuden, in the final arc, Guy, the final villain, well, in my eyes, the final villain, Madara became super strong. And Guy was gonna sacrifice himself to, what was it, buy time or try to kill Madara. And so Guy opened the 8 gates, which the 8 gates are a power boost. If you open all of them, you're supposed to die. And so Guy did that. He beat Madara really bad, and like Madara was missing half of his body, and he was supposed to die after that. But then Naruto came in and saved him. And it just took away from that moment for Guy. And now, like, sure, Guy is still alive, but in Boruto, he's in a wheelchair. He doesn't do anything. And I just feel like Kishimoto should have just let Guy die instead of keeping him around in a wheelchair. So, and with Guy, there was a consequence for him using the 8 gates. It should have been death, but now he just can't walk. So, I hope they don't take that one. What? No, that was a bad example. You know what? Let's use this example. Okay. So it's like an Attack on Titan. I'm just using 2 examples here. So it's like an Attack on Titan to where Levi and Zeke fought for the last time. And Zeke blew himself up. Levi got hit with the blast, like the brunt of it. And essentially the only consequence that he had was he lost his eye and he lost his fingers. There could have been more of a consequence for that, but whatever. Levi's popular. I guess he's immune. But you get what I mean, though. Like, Gojo can't just come back back to normal. There has to be something that he loses. People were saying that he could lose his 6 eyes, which it would make sense. I still think he would be I still think he would be really strong. He just wouldn't have the ability to like sense people and stuff. Apparently my dog doesn't like this theory. He just wouldn't be as strong, but I think he still would be. But there just has to be some type of consequence. Because if it's not, I'm not gonna lie. That's gonna piss me off so much, because essentially, like, it's what I always say when people say Gojo should come back. He shouldn't, because it'll take away from him being at the airport, him coming to terms with with him basically dying by a strong opponent. So it would take away from that if he comes back unscathed and he can do whatever. Like, there has to be a consequence. This is the final arc of JJK, so there has to be important deaths in the show. And at the moment, the important one is Gojo, since, it still sucks, but he was sealed away for half the series, and then he came back and then died. Which, I mean, sure, it's messed up, but if this is like Gojo's reaction to seeing World Slash, and then, we would at least get that, since, like I said earlier, we didn't get that. We just got Gojo 1 in the next chapter, flashback. So, I don't know, I'm torn, because I kind of do want Gojo to come back, right? I do like Gojo. He was funny. Him versus Sukuna is going to be amazing when they animate it in 10 years. Like, I was so happy when he got unsealed, because, I mean, we all knew he was going to. It was just a matter of when. And, he brought back that cockiness that sorcerers needed. I mean, yeah, he always had that since he was a kid, but you get what I mean. It felt good to see him in action, him doing things that he's never done, like Simple Domain, Black Flash, him using shadow clones for some reason, which JK never explained when Gojo learned that, but yeah, like I said, if Gojo does come back, they just have to do it properly. Like, it could be one of those things maybe to where it's like he comes back for a little bit, but then dies. I'd be fine, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how they're gonna handle this, but if Gojo is coming back, then I mean, it still has to be Yuji who kills Sukuna. It has to be. It can't be Gojo, because that's bad writing, since Yuji was the one who freed Sukuna into the world by devouring one of his fingers. Sure, in chapter 1, Sukuna did say he would kill Gojo first, and Gojo said, nah, I'd win. So, yeah, there's a lot of things that would have to happen. What? Where am I even going with this? I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with this. I guess let me kind of think about what happens if Gojo does come back, because there are some really weird things, like things that happened when Gojo came back, to where, like, it was Shoko, Gojo, and Glasses guy, I don't remember his name, when they were all somewhere talking about, like, how one hasn't awoken yet, and how Ichiji was his name, to where Gojo told him that he still has a job. So that could be that. They could have planned for Gojo to die, quote unquote, and then to bring him back somehow. So there's that. We still need answers for a lot of things now that I think about it, because we still need to know what happened during the break before Gojo and Sukuna fought. We also need to figure out that weird technique thing that happened with Yuji and Kasagabe, to where it seems like Kasagabe switched bodies with Yuji, because we still don't know what happened with that. We still don't even know what Yuji's new powers are, because bro has demon arms, but we don't know what any of that means. So there are so many things that haven't been answered that we need answers to. This wasn't supposed to turn into this type of video, but here we are. Anywho, to wrap this up, because if I keep on bad boy, I'm gonna be here for like an hour. So to wrap this up, I'm on the fence about if Gojo should return or not. I'm not gonna lie. A part of me wants him to come back, but then at the same time, part of me doesn't, because it takes away from everything he said, and it would kind of screw it up. But if, like I said, if he does come back, JJK has to knock this out of the park. There has to be some type of sacrifice. There just has to be with Gojo. But anyways, I'm done babbling, because if I continue, I'm gonna ramble on about a bunch of other things. So also, I hope this video doesn't get taken down for me using this. I'd be so mad if I did all this work and then next thing you know, it's gone. Anyway, what are your thoughts on the possible return of Gojo? Do you want him to come back? Do you think there should be some type of sacrifice that he has to have or make to come back? And let me know in the comments below, and I will see all of you in the next video.